The one and the only Thorin Duncan Shields. Gentlemen, how are you this morning?
$1 million.
$1 million.
Yeah. I mean, they managed to raise my fee, so they actually got $2 million for this event. But
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
One
Mad
for you
Scrilla.
and one for the teams.
And a couple other guys.
I got a running bet with Duncan about FaZe, actually having a good 2016. More so than Virtus Pro. That's the kind of.
admittedly, we're scraping the barrel on that one. FaZe versus Pro, who's better? Does it matter?
Splice gets out of this group.
Okay.
He gets a Splice tattoo. A real live,
Might be a few
live
problems with
forever
that.
tattoo.
Seems a bit indulgent to do a whole segment to two people, Scott. I think Richard's hyping up too much here. He says, listen,
Here we go.
They're the best North American team. That's like being the prettiest girl in the DMV. Who cares? They're all ugly, mate. I mean, I guess it takes a Moses to believe in miracles.
Yeah,
Do
definitely.
you believe in miracles?
I don't.
Yeah, I don't. I don't.
Don't even believe in God, mate.
Okay.
Plus, I've got to give credit to Nip. They did win a major playing 4v5. So they've got experience, guys. They did it before. They could do it again.
Come on, Robin. Don't stand for it. Defend yourself, man.
I need some coffee, man.
Okay.
He's been holding into submission right early on in the broadcast.
Okay.
Like,
It's no submission, man.
Terrible.
We've also got
Listen,
Fight
Fifi,
back,
later
Robin.
on we'll be beating up NA teams, so we'll get back the spirit again. We'll
It's
get the
okay.
team bonding
It's okay.
going.
He's lit. He's lit.
He's lit.
Yeah, they asked me to come down to Hollywood to shoot a little bit. Hollywood. You know.
Why is he talking like The Rock?
Dunno.
I've returned to Hollywood. All right, mate.
All right, never mind. Thorin, your thoughts on
They asked me to come down, share my story with about Freiburg. Decided why not? You know, we had history together.
Yeah.
Been partners both inside and outside the game. Not sexually, of course.
Glad you said that before I had my job is to ask those questions, so.
All right. Was he the king of the banana outside of the game, mate? Just asking. Man alive. Man alive. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's all about the context, obviously, because here they just want to win the rounds, they just want to get through the games. Much like North Americans, if you get a kill and you're North American, if you win a round, these are big events in your life, so you've got to celebrate.
I talked to Fallen a little bit earlier today, asked him how he felt. He said, Mouse Sports always plays us really tight.
Are you sure that was actually Fallen and not Tuco from Breaking Bad? It was like, tight. Reference game on point.
Is on point.
Reference game already on point.
Nice.
Keeping the energy up, getting everyone, in that
blood flowing.
aroused state.
Flowing.
Well, I mean, look, if you're not excited to play in a major, there's something wrong with that.
There is definitely something wrong with
And
it.
if you're not excited, get excited.
Yeah.
When these guys competed in
They're
majors.
just going through a phase, Scott.
Going through a phase. Another Call of Duty team figuring out.
They're all weak guys.
Over Virtus Pro out in Valencia.
Which used to be a big deal. To be
Yeah.
able to
I was gonna say.
long time ago now. First Pro, there's a name I haven't learned in a long time.
Yeah, real secret.
Must be tough for you, Richard.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the country that your people lost so justly all
Wasn't
this many years ago.
Wasn't so much
And
of a
now you've
country at
come
the time,
back.
though, just a few colonies. I mean, it was mainly like Mexico and all at the time, I think.
And now he's come back just
Remember
begging
that?
for it.
So I feel like if FaZe want to be the best on Cash, they have to understand Cash is clay. See what I did there?
That is a reference.
That's all I
game,
can do.
And it is on point.
Stay in the realm of
That's
reality.
so unprofessional, dropping LSD backstage. He's been responsible. He got his master's degree first. I think it's in like finance or something. And what he did is he ran the numbers and he figured out actually it's not even about like winning tournaments. If you just make the semis a lot and the final, you get a lot of money anyway. And then you're sharing it out. He's very much like he's not a selfish guy, so he likes to share it out. And then they make their own org and they get all the money. So you don't even have to win anymore. So maybe something North America could
I think
learn
we're done
from.
here.
And we're done, right? That's the end of the Carrigan
We're done.
and the end of the roast session.
Yeah.
So the thing is, I mean, Fifth Lauren actually once was thinking about making his own org, but he was like, you know what, my org's brilliant. And the guys who here just take care of me so well, they look after the money. I don't need to. So that's what he told me.
And that's why he's doing desks.
I mean, I think you could sum it up like this. Like, knees are weak, arms are heavy, mum's spaghetti. That's the kind of the problem for the guys from Australis, right?
Yeah,
I mean, I've always thought of Kerrigan as quite a humble guy, like you're saying, like he understands like a very measured kind of guy, but it's kind of arrogant saying he didn't bother watching the demos because he's way too sick. Like, man, like, come on, just because you're really good at the game. It's not Envious tried that. You saw what happened to them. No excuse, is it?
And then get the old 300% salary increase on
yeah.
full bragging.
Yeah.
That's a lot of mouse
But I mean,
pads.
he was in Dignitas, so yeah.
That's
a lot of mouse mats.
A lot of mouse
mouse
pads.
mats, yeah. Probably one of those really big cue pads. I think when Dosia was born, they pulled the baby out and they were like, oh, something wrong with its finger. I think it's disjointed or something. And for some reason, the doctor was like, no, for some reason, the baby is just pressing down with his little finger like that because most people actually have that on the control or the shift key, to walk. He walks everywhere, and you can see on when he's in those 2v3s or whatever, they become 1v3s as a result because he walks everywhere on the map.
Yeah, you certainly didn't go down as dark a path as I thought you were going to.
You were worried there, weren't you? When I said about Baby Dosia being pulled out there, Rich, I feel like...
We dodged a bullet on that one.
Mercy.
All right, let's talk about some highlights. Let's move on really quickly here.
That Russian aggression that you see from teams from this region.
And then our next one's going to be
in general, really.
round 20. And this is Adrian.
They were called Titan at the time because they played a match there and it was actually on train. And in that match, I had a classic piece of banter that we all remember. So all I'm going to say to reference that is, I guess Smiths went for his biannual proctologist appointment. And then also, like, as if to highlight the poor individual plays, there was obviously the one round that we all saw around the electric box, where I'm pretty sure that if Bane had been watching, he'd be like, perhaps he's wondering why you wouldn't rush a man when you hear him reloading his pistol. Maybe. I do all the voices, Moses.
That's good.
I do them all, mate. I'm here all week. If you reload, will it hurt you? It'll be very painful. You're a big guy. For you. There we go. Do them all, mate.
All right. There you go.
That was the same voice.
That was the same voice. Yeah, it was. It
was Bane having a conversation with himself.
Then imagine Cloud9 having a face-off Navi.
Let's not imagine too much. So keep it within the realms of imagination.
I didn't say winning. I just said phasing off. That would be the end of my...
Phasing off?
Phasing.
Oh, okay.
All right, yeah.
Phasing off.
Comment.
But I guess in the end, you could say it was phase was set to stun and not kill.
Oh, but him.
End strong, boys. End strong.
Bring it on.
And we're out. Australia's finest there, getting the win over
Australis.
Gumball game.
And that was on.
Well, I'm hoping that tomorrow, in terms of NA, is a bit like Cloud9's game. They had a nice little run, initially, and then they got stomped after that. But no,
Keo's still got an active contract with Envious. There's still a route back for him into the team.
So
that
would be awkward.
So
come back.
If Devil doesn't work out, they've still got that option to bring Kiyoshima back. So I mean, who knows what could happen after this major? Because right now, Envious look in real trouble.
So what you're saying is Devil could still walk.
Oh. Okay.
That would be a pity if he didn't get into the United States next time.
You're such a fox in the winter.
5 out of 10 on the Thorin scale.
Is that what happened? Oh, I thought there'd been some sort of like a Twitter buffering problem. Like there's no more tweets coming at that point.
Yeah.
Suddenly all those people just like weren't. I wondered what's got. Someone blocked their accounts or something.
Yeah, I thought it got shut. I thought it just.
I never blocked any of them, and they just stopped tweeting. I don't know
but
so.
$1 million. So you can see how it breaks down. Everyone makes something. Even 13th to 16th place will go home with $87.50. So everyone's going to get a little bit of cash for being here.
Good news for Envious there.
Yeah, but the big one, obviously, $500,000.
What was the connection with Kermit the Frog, though?
Hey, my impressions aren't as good as yours, all right, man? I know what you want.
They spent their last $3 on their Steam account to get 3 of those Luminosity pods. Taco 3 times. That one lucky.
Richard, I told you not to tell that story on the air, mate. It's really embarrassing. I already have the taco sticker.
Oh, no.
Bloody hell, mate. Scoops was 25 when that game started.
Yeah, I've lost more hair.
I was clean shaven.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so 5 overtimes.
Yeah.
Wilson!
Okay. A new major record. 5 overtimes.
Yeah. Don't say that like it's something good, though.
I'm prefacing this.
Okay. And I mean, at the end of the game, actually, I saw at his desk, he had a small pamphlet book, and I was like, "What's that?" And he goes, "Oh, it's just this little book I'm reading called The Myth of Sisyphus." Like, I relate. I feel like it was written about me.
Oh man!
Reference game incredibly on point, but not a you plebs.
No, just like
Makalele's mom said that he's her king. Okay, the thing is, you don't have to be a king to win. You just got to get the gamers together, and it doesn't matter if you're going through a bad phase, because against a team like Splice, it's just not in their DNA. They've got to change their DNA for Flower. They didn't even have the camera on me the whole time I was doing that. I have the camera on some random person in the game. Brilliant. He is
playing in a major.
He is a person who is in the game. Is this Makalele?
So we had
brilliant. Yeah.
So we had 5 overtimes, and now you've just set the record for most puns in one sentence.
I know.
That was amazing.
You thought about that one.
How does it feel to know that the apex of your career is you're turning into a freak from League of Legends? It's
oh no, that's fighting words.
Okay.
All right.
He'll get me back.
Let's rein her in.
They're not going to pay me the same as Freak. Oh my goodness! I would have never done the event if I'd known it's like $300 for the whole thing.
Okay, so they're loving their new organization. As a lot of people know,
I love money as well, Scoots.
They didn't necessarily have the same love for their old organization. So they did a clean year and a half, if you will, with teams that fell apart around him, leaving his team, and then having all that chaos. Now even the team here is not really the core 5. And again, like the start of this game.
I'm going the Moses approach. What you do is you wait until you know the team's won the game, then you play them all along. I was always about NA, yeah. I mean, I'll just use some like Moses logic. Like I guess like Americans sort of at one point came from Britain in some weird way. So we're almost brothers practically. Me and Hiko, you know.
Did you see that
Close
sneaky
personal friend
little
of mine.
ball bugger trying to creep in behind him?
Did anyone on camera see that?
Yeah, what was that?
By the way, we were watching the whole game. So every time they would do a shot of the Liquid guys celebrating, I saw like James there. I saw all the other people. I saw the camera guy. And it was only on map point, the first map point for Liquid. I saw sort of like, it was almost like he was on wheels or something. He just came in like, yeah. I'm American, and I think he was secretly hoping that when they jumped up, it'd be like a movie, you know, and he'd just sort of get dragged along in the current, and they'd be like, yeah, and then there'd be all shots of him like
pouring Gatorade over him.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. But it never happened.
rubbing Rogaine on
You
him.
are Cloud9, they are Team Liquid.
Yeah.
So
I feel like Valve doesn't really appreciate people talking about like potential throws in majors. So all I'm going to say is, Yanko, if that was somehow to happen by whatever circuitous happenstance, that might be positive for Astralis. But enough about that. And actually, in the game, I'll give him props. Sadikis coined a new term for the duo. We sometimes call them the double Ds, you know, Device and Dupree. He said Deprice. So in the end, Scott, I think Deprice was right. There we go.
And with that, we are done with this
I'm
segment.
very tired. I'm incredibly tired, please. I must go to sleep soon.
Do you have your own beauties instead of Barker's beauties? Are there Thorin's beauties or something? No? No?
All right. Again, really very tired. Yeah. Very tired.
Battery level not so high right now. G2's down below. That
They're under the desk.
Yeah. What was that? Oh, yeah, I didn't mean that.
Okay.
Stop it.
They're in Australis.
No, come on now. I'm trying to fix it. No. Final.
I mean, you tend to fight less when you don't even give up enough rounds in 2 maps to win a map.
Yeah, what do you fight about, right?
I know,
Yeah, that's true.
It's not a lot to fight about. The secret to having a really good North American team is start removing North American players one by one, and then eventually, you know,
we're never
got the answer.
Is Threat the new fifth? Amazing game by him.
Well, let's not get carried away.
Is Threat the new fifth?
Yeah.
That's the question.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. But no, look, I mean, like,
Phase it. They won't outfox Fnatic, and I think Fnatic's going to make it rain. JK, main.
All right.
I didn't have anything for that one. Sorry, there.
Very punny.
I didn't have anything for that. Sorry. I'll work on that. Should have just cut on that. Cut on that next time, please, producer.
All right.
Make me look good.
There we have it.
Flusha's the best player in the world. He dropped the F-bomb before me. I'm happy.
Victory.
I'm super happy. MLG.
Starting with you,
Is that
Duncan.
it? Is that the end of the segment? Right, see you guys. Well, see you next year.
I'm done now, of course.
I mean, what do you say about that second half where JW is just every round jumping into drop, abusing
I
Michael
definitely
Ella
wouldn't
down
say
there?
the F word. That's one thing I know I wouldn't say. I leave that to the professionals.
First gun.
You've said all you're going to say, so we're not going to talk to you anymore. We have some I do have some highlights, so we want to rack those up for you. We'll start with the first map, Mirage. We do have a
Self-proclaimed best player in the world here.
Yeah.
Someone asked me once, could you make a better player than Flusha? I said, technology's not there right now.
The only difference is he actually got the kills.
Yeah. No, he was just
That's key, actually. It turns out that's a very important part of the plan. So
But that's the and versus a team like Fnatic, yeah, they were supposed
that's
to
all
be
off
able
my
to
stole
go.
the picture there, but
Yeah,
it would be nice if it was Dennis. They look similar. So you know what? People are always saying, Scott, that in the CSGO community, we're a bit elitist. We think we're better than the other shooter games, you know, the console games, the console FPS games, COD, Halo, these games. They're always saying we should be like more genial, you know. They're like our brothers in many ways. So you know what? Pete, I just want to reach out to him and say, you know, everyone's always telling me this thing. You're supposed to say, like, you know, phase up. But actually, boys, phase down.
Phase down.
And F off. So, off the tournament.
Off the
Yeah,
tournament,
so
of course.
Totally legitimate comment.
Final thoughts for you, Yanko, on the matchup.
Do you have any hand signals you want to give us something, Yanko?
Any gang signs you want to drop? I will be gone. And no matter what...
Fired, of course.
No matter what...
Alive still, though, yeah. Okay.
No matter what Richard
It's not
tells
the suicide talk again, is
Yeah.
it, Scott? Come on, stay with us, mate.
I didn't get fired.
I don't even know why I'm here. Why am I here, Richard? I think it's because we've got a good game ahead of
I
us.
have to ask myself why you're here. Not on the desk, of course.
we spend all the event
Just
after that
alive.
in a lot of ways. No, but look, so
all right.
here's the thing. Obviously,
Happy birthday
My God.
so 20 months you've had a meteoric
yeah.
rise. Everyone on the talent team obviously loves you very much.
Yeah,
I just want to say happy birthday. Not Scoots, of course, but he's bitter and old. His time's over, and my time begins. Yeah. So anyway, if you want to say anything just before we start talking about the games.
Yeah, well, I
Enjoyed
All
Tequila
America.
Shot.
I
3
will.
Sucker Bliats going against Gambit Gaming. We're going to get into this game with James and
alive.
DDK.
That's
Take
curse
it
in
away.
that language.
Actually, I had a podcast where I talked to Fallen, and on this topic, kind of a pertinent point, he said that for the slower teams like Luminosity, like Na'Vi, he feels like they almost have to think now about the T side as just a weaker CT side, essentially. Like you set up your area, you take over the map control.
The CT side is a weak T side.
I think it was the other way around, because he meant when you take like map control as T side, and then you essentially just play like defensively in that. Like you defend the area you've got the control of, and see if the CTs push back into it. Thanks for contradicting me anyway. So. That synergy we always expect from Eastern Europe.
I was in the same podcast, that's why.
Yeah, but you left at that point. So anyway, you're about to leave this one, mate, in a minute. So anyway, I'm doing a parlor right now. If Gambit was, but why not?
Come back, Duncan.
Okay, so yeah.
Come back.
So coming into the third map now.
Thoughts between the two of you?
No, I think we should cut the commercial.
All right, well, I've been told. He does work. He works for Twitch. I've had my orders. There you go. All right, boss. Apparently those words in Russian are rude. I didn't know that. Now I do. I thought all my friends on Matchmaking.
The thing about majors is learning about other cultures and what's acceptable in them. So.
Well, you know, yeah.
So if they don't make it now,
just retire probably. Just shut up shop. Kills Cloud9.
Anything. And TDK. Take it away, boys.
And keep the AWP out of his hands. That really neutralizes one of the biggest weapons, figuratively and literally, over on the side of CLG.
Just a big weapon there. You seem to tail off at the end at the word big weapon.
I got a vision.
Yeah, I thought you might have done. Anyway,
the biggest weapons.
Any final thoughts from you guys?
Big weapons?
Let me guess. Cut to commercial. Is that what it is?